Hello everybody. Oh. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Meet me on your mats. I'm going to give it a few minutes. I think it's just checking the connection. I'm never entirely sure. And fingers crossed this one works. I'm actually saving it on my phone as well, so I have two screens to look at. It's going to be quite the mix up. Hopefully you can all see me. It's quite dark still here in bonny old England. London's still pretty dark in the morning, as you might be able to see. I have a lovely green landscape behind me, which I do enjoy looking at when I'm practicing. It always helps. Just see a little bit of green. Most backgrounds you actually see a plant, but I tend to kill them, so outdoors they live. Take this time just now just to breathe. Find your seat. Actually come to lying on your backs. Any way you like. Just heart to the sky. Inhale, exhale. Close your eyes, open your eyes. If you're worried you're going to go to sleep, don't worry about it. I'll wake you up. Stretching arms over your head. Rolling out your wrist, sprinkling your fingers. I don't really know how else to describe it, but it's something I quite enjoy. Just easing out any cracks and aches and wiggles this morning. You can't see it, but I'm also doing this with my feet, so just maybe start rotating around. Gonna give it a few more minutes. So just take this moment now to lie on your back and bring your focus to your breathing. The cool air in through your nostrils, warm air out through your nostrils. I've realised it is now quite dark, so you're just going to have to bear with me. Let's breathe together. So feet as wide as your mat. Soles of the feet on the floor, so they're not hip width and they're not narrow. Literally have the edge of your feet almost touching or touching the edge of your mat, and let your knees knock together. You can just walk yourself back, lying completely, dusty thumbs, there we go, on your back. Hug your shoulder blades into your spine and just let them relax and soften down into the ground beneath you. If you need to walk your feet in a little bit more to help your lower back feel more supported, do so. One hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. Breathe into your palms. And with each exhale, just soften down. Letting the backs of your arms, elbows, shoulder, sort of points of your shoulders hang heavy. And it doesn't matter if you're breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, in through your nose and out through your mouth, whatever's working for you this morning. Just breathe with me. Just tuck your chin ever so slightly and let the weight of the back of your head just rest on the earth. So one hand on your stomach, lower belly, the other hand on your heart. Breathing into your hands, filling your torso with air. As you lie here, my eyes are closed so I can't see you. Hello to anyone who's there. Breathe into the back of your rib cage. Really feel the sides of your ribs here, expanding out and down along the mat, along your mat. Really feel that lift through your ribs at the front and at the back of your body. Slowly start to bring your focus down to your lower hand, and for the next few inhales, try and breathe and exhale from your lower belly. So as you inhale, the lower hand lifts first, and as you exhale, squeeze your abdominals, squeeze your pelvic floor. Whoosh the air out in a long exhale. Inhale, lower hand rises. Exhale, lower hand drops. Breathing in and out through your nose right now. Sealing your lips. 2 more. Almost feel like you're breathing also into your lower back. You're expanding. Now we'll do the same thing with your upper hand. This time, lower hand for me isn't really moving, but the upper hand. I'm feeling the rise and fall of my chest. Two more. One more. Now I want you to bring your focus back onto your lower hand. Inhaling into that hand, then as you inhale, continue lifting your top hand too, so combining the two from the lower hand to the upper hand. So pause, then as you exhale from the top, so your upper hand, your left hand, for me, sinks down, then your right hand. Inhale, bottom hand lifts, top hand lifts, hold. Exhale, top hand softens down, air releases, lower hand softens down, belly releases, hold. Inhale, lower body, lower hand, upper hand, hold, full of air. Left, up hand releases the air, lower hand softens down, hold and empty. In, hold, out, hold. Do 4 more in your own time and really try to feel what it's like to be full of air, that moment full of air. And that moment completely empty. Keeping your focus on the rhythm of rising with your lower hand and falling from your chest, your upper hand, down to your lower belly. Lovely. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Take your knees to your chest. And just rock and roll. Make any little movements. I like to circle on my lower back, massaging it out. Extend your hands to the sky and just palms face each other, fingers spread wide, reach up, let your shoulders lift off the mat. Big inhale, breathing into the back of your rib cage, really expanding where your upper hand was, your chest. And as you exhale, just drop them down. Intense reach and exhale, drop them down to the mat, really letting the entirety of the back of your shoulders sink to the floor. One more. And exhale, lovely. Now, just going to flex your feet and rotate out through your feet, wrists, hands. Just whatever wiggly moments feel good here. Maybe having your feet and hands going the same way. Get that mind working, waking up. Legs reach to tabletop, feet flexed. Hands face each other. And just gently pull the pit of your belly in and sort of towards your ribs, pressing your navel to your spine. You can see my feet, my knees aren't too far in, too far out, feet flexed, shins parallel. Lovely, got that nice safe stack joints, even on my back. Big inhale as you exhale, right arm goes back, left leg goes out. It can go all the way out, it can go to 45 degrees, whatever works for you. Exhale, switch. So inhale, everything draws back to the center, but not, the knee doesn't come in, it comes right back over your hip. Big inhale as you exhale, right arm, left leg. Draw it back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, draw it back. Exhale, extend your right arm and your left leg. Inhale, draw it back. Exhale, left arm, right leg. You can see here my feet are flexed, my hands and my fingertips are still sparking. Everything's still engaged. I'm starting to feel this in my core. As your arm goes back, if you feel your rib cage arching up like this, just don't bring your hands as far back and focus on pinching the front of your ribs together. It may look easy, but after a while this starts to become slightly more challenging. And I find my mind starts to wander. So see if you can bring it back to the simple movement of right versus left opposition. And bring your focus back onto your tummy button. Pull it in, draw it in. Feel the strength in the center of your body, even as your extremities are moving. Draw everything back to center. Now this time, both hands, both feet. You don't have to go very low. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, extend it out. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, extend it out. And hug your knees to your chest, rock and roll. We're going to rock and roll up, crossing over the feet or swing your legs to the side. I'm going to swing my legs to the side for this one, but if you know to cross your feet, go for it. Tabletop position. We're just going to do a few vinyasas. I'm going to tuck my toes this time, walk my hands forward, extended child's pose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Slowly start to walk your hands back to your knees, coming up into a forward fold. Soften your knees here. Connect your ribs to your thighs. Let the back of your neck release. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Let your hair brush your mat, whatever works. You can let your hands rest on your mat. Or I encourage you to clasp your elbows and maybe just swing side to side. Big inhale. Release the hands. And on your exhale, press into your heels and roll up standing. Head is the last thing to come up. I like to do a head tilt because I've got a lot of hair. Inhale your arms up to the sky, reach, reach, reach. And then just soften your shoulders back into your spine. Check in with your feet. I like to have mine hip width apart this morning. Ground down through all four corners of your feet, pressing into the outer edge of your feet. Big toe mound. Weight in your heels. Soften your knees and then just lift the front of your pelvis up slightly, checking your hip bones are parallel to the wall in front of you. Your tailbone is a dead weight sinking down. Not over tucking, but just a nice neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Pinch the front of your ribs together if you find them flaring with your arms up. And keeping your arms up, close your eyes and just take a full body scan. Are you still breathing? Find where you're holding tension in your body. For me, it's my quads, so I'm going to give them a bit of a shake. Shake them out with me. Take a deep inhale, reach all the way up, and exhale, side out, forward fold. Walk it out to a plank. We're already in plank pose, my fave. Soften your knees, push the mat away with your fingertips, your fingers, your thumb, and send your hips high for a downward facing dog. Keep your knees really bent here, really soften through. Instead, focus on pushing your hips to the sky. Focus on that space. Focus on your hip points, your sit bones. Show them to the ceiling. So push from your fingertips to lift your hips higher. It sounds a bit funny, but just try it. Big inhale. As you exhale, we're going to pull the pit of your belly in and up. Let's see if you can ripple forward on into a high plank. Pause for a minute. Deep breath in, and on your next exhale, soften your knees, press into your hands, and again, send your hips to the sky. You can start straightening your legs a little bit here, but I encourage you to keep soft knees. I'm just adjusting my sewing with my hands a bit wider. Ripple forward into a plank and do 4 more in your own breath. This time we're going to inhale forward. Exhale, push it back. Inhale forward. Exhale, push it back. Inhale forward. Exhale, push it back. 1 more for luck. Inhale forward. Exhale, push it back, because I was not counting. Find your downward dog here. More of a traditional one. Start to pedal out your feet. Check in with them. Are you still trying to press through all 4 corners? Even if your heels are lifted like mine, can you see if you can sink them to the ground? Knees aren't knocking in, they're not coming out. And you're blossoming your butt to the sky. What is your core doing? Is it just hanging out here? Or is the pit of your belly pulling in and up? Are you carrying a lot of tension in your shoulders? I've just noticed I am. Try squeezing them up towards your ears and then just softening them down. Softening them into your spine and down your back. And what about your hands? What are your hands doing? Can you press your fingertips into the ground? Press your knuckles into the ground. The knuckles of your fingers, your thumb. Three deep breaths in. And then walk your feet to your hands. Forward fold. Halfway lift, pressing into your shins or thighs to lengthen your spine, parallel to the floor. Forward fold. Roll up to standing. Arms come up. We go straight back down. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Step it back, plank. Drop to your knees for chaturanga or stay up in a plank. Shift your weight forward. Bend at your elbows. I'm going all the way down. I made that decision halfway. Baby cobra. Elbows drawing towards the back of the room. Lifting the crown of your head high. Exhale. Push into your hands. Downward facing dog. Find your down dog. Extend your right heel up to the sky. Bend your right heel and bring it towards your left butt cheek. Normally they say to keep your shoulders square here, but I encourage you to play around. Maybe lifting onto your right fingertips and squeezing the space where your glute meets your butt to lift your right knee even higher up to the ceiling. Square your shoulders, but see if you can keep that still sense of lift in your right leg. Focusing on opening your right hip, even as you press a little bit more weight into your right hand. Square your hips, pull the pit of your belly in and ripple forward, bringing your right knee to your forehead. Hold. Big inhale, exhale. Push the ground away. Inhale. Exhale, step your right knee through. I like to do a little shuffle. I can't do a full step through. Bring your left foot, untuck your toes, just double check your ankles stacked underneath your knee. Push, I've got short arms so my fingertips pushing into the ground to help lift my heart to the sky, but if you can get your palms flat or use books, great. Really press into your front foot, pull the pit of your belly in and up, and rise. Palms face forward here. As you inhale, but don't soften and just relax through your belly. Pull the pit of your belly in and up, even if that means you can't sink as far forward. It's important to protect your lower back by using your core muscles. Inhale, reach up. Opening your chest, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, draw your shoulders, squeeze them together at the back, over exaggerated to help open your heart here. Inhale, draw up, and then push into that front knee and lift your hips even higher. So you've got this nice right angle in both your legs. Put one hand on your left hip and just tuck it under. And check you're not leaning over to one side or the other. Shoulders, hips, knees all in a lovely straight line. And just tuck under. Inhale here, extend your left arm, just reach over to your right hand side. Focusing on creating a lovely long lift on the left side of your body. Fingertips all the way through to your left knee. Ooh. And if you're wobbling, just open your eyes. But I encourage you here to see if you can close your eyes and instead take your focus inwards on how this feels. Deep inhale. Exhale, draw it back to center. Both arms come to frame the front foot and then slowly sink your way back. Flexing your right foot, seeing you might come all the way down like me, or you might stay up with that foot in a right angle, walking your foot forward instead. I like to sink all the way back. So I'm sitting with my left butt cheek on my left heel. My hands are still on the floor, supporting me. Hi everyone. So meet me in half monkey pose. I think that's what it's called. I can never remember, it's half splits. So we're starting in a lunge. Flex your right foot and walk your hands and your butt back to sit down. Press your fingertips into the ground to lift the crown of your head high. Morning. And slowly start to let your chest move forward. So you're moving from your chest. Where do you feel this? It's a strong one, deceptively simple, but stay in it with me. I'm right here with you. One breath to grow taller. Exhale, soften, forward fold. Walk your hands forward. Bring your right hand inside your right foot. Wrists under, elbows under shoulders. Walk your right foot out a little. Maybe walk your left hand in slightly. Press into your left hand and twist to your right, lifting up. Close your eyes here. Again, take your gaze inwards. Pushing into your right foot and twisting. Bring your right hand back down. We're coming into a wide leg forward fold. Spin both your feet to face the front. Legs wide as you like on the mat. Exhale, forward fold. It doesn't matter how low you go. It just matters that you can soften your joints here, maybe softening your knees, releasing the back of your neck. Press into the outer edges of your feet and soften your face. Release your tongue in your mouth, let it go. See, again, just like when we did three-legged downward dog, if you can spin your butt to the sky, there's no elegant way of doing it. And let the weight shift slightly more into your toes, pressing into your big toe mount and the outside edges of your feet. Put your hands underneath your face or fingertips or out to the side, depending on whether you can reach, halfway lift. Walk your hands over to your right, spin into a full runner's lunge, both feet face forward. Step your right foot back to a full plank. Soften your knees and push into a downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog here, connect back to your breath. Filling your lower belly all the way up to your chest. And letting all the air out of your torso. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So, left heel up to the sky. Not flat of the foot, left heel. Flex your left leg and bring your left heel to your right butt cheek, opening that left knee up to the sky. And again here, I encourage you to come onto your left fingertips and really just try and create a lovely sense of lift in the left side of your body. Where are you feeling it? Keeping your lower half of your body as it is, let your left hand come back to the floor and square your shoulders. How does this side vary to the other side? Square your hips, exhale, bring your knee to your forehead. You know where we're going with this. Hold. Pull the pit of your belly in and up to bring your left knee forward. And then step it through. Maybe with a little shuffle. Drop your back knee. Let's hope I can remember where we're going to go now. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Pulling the pit of your belly in and up. Inhale, shoulders to ears. Big, big, big tense. Inhale, exhale, just relax, let it go. Inhale up, exhale, squeeze your shoulders together. Cactus your arms, but this time clasp your hands behind your back. And send your knuckles to the ground. Opening your collarbones. Beautiful. Close your eyes. Let yourself wobble. Inhale, we come up. I step back a little bit, find that lovely right angle. Tuck your hips under. Extend your right arm up and over to the left. Pulling the pit of your belly in and up. Can you create even more lift here? Is there any resistance to this? I find this is a lovely stretch. But as we come back to center, and come into half splits, flexing your left foot, sinking your right glute back and down. After a while, our mind talks us out of this. Press into your fingertips, shoulders hugging into your spine, down your back, and crown of your head lifting high. Can you close your eyes? Keeping your left foot flexed without checking on it. Breathe. Walk your hands forward, stepping to the front of your left foot. This time, see if you can plant your hands on the mat, fingertips on the mat. Stand into forward standing splits. There we go. Set the pose. Lift your right leg high and draw it in. Step to the front of your mat, forward fold. Keeping your eyes closed, halfway lift. Feel the pose. Crown of your head reaches long and then forward fold. Press into your heels, roll up. Take as long or as little time as you need. Come in to face you. We're going to come into two of my favourite poses. We're going to start off with a tree pose. So again, sole of your foot to your calf, inner thigh. Maybe keep your toes on the ground. Palms at heart center. Take a moment of stillness. And take your gaze to the ceiling. Don't look at me. Don't look at anyone else around you. Find a spot on the ceiling to focus on. It's not your normal focus point, maybe. You can do anything here with your arms if you want. I like to keep them at heart center. But we're going to hold it for 5 breaths. So find a position that you're comfortable in. Root down through your left leg, left foot, left leg, to help lift the crown of your head taller. Breathe with me. Last breath here. Keeping your right leg in the air, flex your foot, bring your knee into your chest, and I want you to wobble here. So arms can be wherever you want, and I want you to take a dynamic tree. It's a tree in the wind. There's a massive storm blowing, as there currently are, all throughout the world. Take your mind off those storms. Instead, imagine, find your tree, picture your tree, let it wobble, let it fall, come forward, come sideways, play with your balance, and let your gaze be anywhere. Move your gaze, take it to the floor, take it to the walls, focus it on your hand, that's always a tricky one, and wobble. And if your hips click and it doesn't hurt, that's fine, as you may have heard. So we're playing with our wobbly tree. Come back to center and stillness, flexing your right foot, hands at heart center. We've done a little bit of heart opening, so we're going to take that a step further. Left arm comes up for dancer's pose. Keeping your right foot flexed, bring it in like you're about to do a quad stretch. Right arm, like a dinner tray as I've heard it described. I quite like to think of it as holding a cocktail tray. I like to grab the inside of my right ankle. Pull the pit of your belly in and up and grow a little bit taller. This time, find your own gaze. Focus. Focus your gaze. There we go. Still early morning. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, squeeze your glute and your hamstring together, and then press your right heel up and back. You see, I'm moving a little forward, but I'm not going straight forward. As you kick your right leg back, stretch your left hand forward and slowly start to pivot. You're not letting the leg come out too far or in too far. If you wobble, come back out, come straight back in. I'm wobbling, join me, stay with me. Hips face down to the ground. Inhale, exhale. Steady your gaze. If your mind tries to take you out of it, says you can't do it, says it's too hard, focus back in on your breathing and that point that you're looking at. Let that thought come and let it go. Stay here with me for 3 more breaths. 2. Expand and release. Shake it out, wiggle it out. Ooh, roll those shoulders. Take a dance, take a shimmy. I'm not a natural mover, but it isn't going to stop me. So, tree pose on the other side. Let's find that sense of stillness after we've released and moved our body. Rooting down through your supporting leg and pressing your right thigh into your left foot and your left foot into your right thigh. Left knee opens out to the side. You've heard it once, you'll hear it again. Pit of your belly draws in and up. Scoop it up. Hands come to prayer at heart center, pressing your palms together. Gaze to the ceiling. Find your focus, find your spot to look at, and let that balance you. By steadying your gaze, you can steady your mind and steady your body. Let your breath deepen and lengthen here. Find it again. It's all finding today. Can you close your eyes? It's okay to wobble. Stay with me here. I'm right here with you, balancing. Inhale your arms up, left knee into your chest, and then wobble. Find your wiggling tree, your wavy tree. Let it be imperfect. Let your hips crack and click, your wrists move. As long as there's no pain in your joints, you are all good, hopefully. I like to keep that foot flexed, kick it out, maybe do a can-can. Before coming back to more, trying to keep your left leg off the ground. I really play with leaning back, forward, to your side, straightening, wobble and wiggle. There is no right or wrong here. And you're not going to fall, your body will catch you. So just relax, release. One more big wiggle, and then draw your left knee into your chest, flexing your left foot. Right arm comes up this time, and spark your fingers up to the sky. No matter where they're going, your right hand is traveling forward. Left foot flexed, grab your left ankle, shin, or the foot with your left hand. Ooh, pull the pit of your belly in and up, and find a spot right in front of you to look at. Deep inhale, grow a little taller. Kick your left foot back and up. So as your left foot travels back and up, your right hand is traveling forward. As is your gaze, look ahead, look to the future. Kick your left leg back. Allow your chest to open. What are you looking forward to? Stay with me, hold with me. Although there is stillness in this pose, it's totally fine and normal to wobble. So accept that sometimes that's life. Woo. You kick your left leg a little bit higher for me. There we go. Deep breath in and exhale. Shake it out. Wiggle it around. Woo. Hands in the air, you just don't care. Woo. Okay, just gonna do one star jump. Feet out wide, soften your knees, hands come down, and whoop, done. Just get the blood flowing. Inhale, arms come up, exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, step it back to plank. Drop to your knees, chaturanga all the way down, elbows draw back for baby cobra, crown of your head lifts high, maybe you can go a little bit higher this time. Push back, child's pose, big toes to touch, knees wide, upper body softening over your thighs. Inhale, exhale. Slowly roll up to seated. Swing your legs to the side. Feet right out in front of you. I like to pull the flesh from my sit bones away. Inhale your arms up. And exhale, just forward fold over your legs. Don't worry about keeping it straight back, just let your upper body soften over your legs here. You can slightly release your feet, though try to keep them still flexed, don't point them. Inhale and exhale through your mouth, just let it go side out. Bring your gaze to your toes and see if you can hug your shoulders into your spine, lengthening the crown of your neck, so starting to straighten your spine. And then come back up to seated. Open your legs out as wide as comfortable for a straddle stretch. We're going to inhale and walk our hands over to our left foot, keeping our gaze on our feet. I'm saying our because we're in this together. Home stretch. Pun intended. Inhale, grow a little bit taller, and then walk over to your right foot. Sometimes I move my stomach out of the way for this one. And switch to your left. Switch back to your right. Sit back upright. Bring your legs together. Now flex your feet hard here. Really drawing your heels into the ground. Hands come out right in front of you. You can keep a fist or palms face each other. Tuck the pit of your belly in and slowly scoop it up. Rolling down onto your mat vertebra by vertebra. I'm just going to scooch forward so you can see me as we roll down. Taking it slow. We've got 7, 6, 5, lower back, 4, getting to mid back, 3, 2, shoulders, and 1, head comes down. Hug your knees in. Plant your left foot on the ground, right ankle over your left knee, and right knee falls out. Just put your right hand on your inner thigh. So I've got my hand just here, not on the knee, just on my inner thigh. Right elbow on the floor. If I want to deepen it, I can draw my left leg up, but I keep that hand there to keep my knee still outward. So although I'm drawing in, I'm not drawing that knee in. And that hand is just a gentle reminder to keep my right knee open. Release your left foot, your left leg. If this is a bit intense, you can grab the back of your left thigh with both hands instead. Just keep that awareness on opening your right knee out to the side. As you inhale, squeeze your right glute, and exhale, release it and draw your left knee in a little bit further. Lovely. Hug both knees into your chest. Wiggle it around. Plant your right foot down, left ankle onto right knee. We do the exact same thing. So here you may be able to see it a little bit more clearly. I want to deepen it, so I'm going up like this. But you see I stop there. So it stops my left hip from rising off my left knee from drawing in. I've got a grip on the back of my right thigh with my right arm. I'm trying to release any areas of tension, including in my face or my feet. I'm going to deepen it. Now I'm confident I can keep this knee still drawing out. Hug that in. Soften your shoulders. Doesn't matter where, just soften them. A few more breaths here. Breathing into any areas of discomfort. Hug your knees to your chest. We're probably going to be kicked off pretty soon. Hands come up, shoulder height, palm center, feet mat width apart, knees not together. And we come back to this lovely dynamic twisting stretch. You can flex your feet so it's just your heels. You could try coming just onto your toes. You can try expanding your arms out on the floor, stretching as you go, looking over your right shoulder as your knees go to the left. Whatever works for you here. Hug your knees to your chest one last time. Thank you for coming and joining me on my mat today. And thank you for joining your mat, for meeting me on your mat. There we go. Legs out long, feet roll out. I like to have my hands at shoulder height, my arms at shoulder height, but you can bring them a little bit lower. Palms up, close your eyes. We'll only be here for a few breaths, unfortunately. Thank you, Instagram. But I encourage you to stay here as long as you need. Inhaling, exhaling, and just taking this moment right here, right now for you. The first few breaths are always easy. As you continue to lie here, let any thoughts that come in come and go. Leave them off your mat. A few moments breathing here together won't change anything. A few moments breathing here together, your thoughts, your to-do list, everything that needs to get done will still be there in a few minutes. And no harm will come if you just take these few breaths lying here with me together in stillness and silence. Stay here as long as you need. I'm slowly going to bring myself up to seated without rolling over to the side. Good morning, everyone. And what a way to start your day. Thank you for practicing with me today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your morning. Welcome to autumn. See you again next Thursday. If I change the time, I'll be sure to let you know. Goodbye. I say that and now I have to come closer and end it. So lovely seeing you all. Thank you for joining. And if you're practicing later, you're awesome. Keep it up.